All right, now look, as you see before you, breaking for the first time ever. Enjoy the trailer to the canceled adult-oriented Powerpuff Girls live-action CW reboot. Full trailer and the replies. Now, that full trailer is no longer in the replies, but I managed to snatch it up. I managed to download it before copyright got to it. So, first thing I want to do is pull up fair use. And if you want to skip past this part, you can. I'm just doing this for legal reasons. What is fair use? Fair use is a legal doc according to Google AI, which, I mean, if this shit hallucinates, I'll correct it, but fair use is a legal doctrine that allows limited use of copyrighted material without permission from the copyright holder. It applies in the United States and many other countries. What is fair use permitted? Criticism, commentary, and news reporting, teaching. Those are two of the things that are listed on it. Now, the reason why I think this was canceled was because it fucking sucked. I saw 2 seconds of the trailer and I said, yes, I want to watch this on stream and break down why exactly this shit is ass and why I think it got canceled. Again, let me repeat myself. I am here to criticize why this shit looks ass, give commentary, and teach people why this thing that they think sucks. I just want to make sure that is very clearly stated so that if a copyright strike tries to get lobbed my way, when I go and hit that no, don't try that bullshit on me, it is very clearly stated within the video that this is fair use. That being said, let's boot up this trailer, and I said, oh, I can already tell this shit is ass. No, actually, no. It wasn't this part. It was another part. Because on Zeta originally, it was a shorter version. But first thing I'm noticing off the bat is like, I don't know how to describe it in like a more upstanding manner. So I'm gonna just put it like this. This shit looks sauceless. Like off the rip, off this frame, this shit looks sauceless. One of the things that I think should always be kept in mind with cartoon adaptations, like live action or cartoon to live action, adaptations, is the feeling of the cartoon. Now, for something like The Flash, that was based on comic books that were just drawings of stuff that was essentially supposed to be real life, it was just, fantastical because superheroes and all of that, it makes more sense to translate something like that from a cartoon, a drawing, an animated image to reality, because that was art trying to imitate life. This is more so trying to imitate something that's cartoony. So compared to what I'm used to seeing, compared to my expectation and standard for the Powerpuff Girls, this shit looks too realistic. Number one, people who are fans of the Powerpuff Girls are of an older demographic more of the time. So that's probably why they thought it would be a cool idea to do a more adult-oriented one. But the thing about that is, it's like, bro, we want to see something with a more cartoony aesthetic. What the fuck is this? This just looks like boring, generic scientist man type show. What? Like, this scene could be any generic Mojo and JoJo. Why are you separating them into two separate characters? When I think of Powerpuff Girls and I think of Mojo Jojo, and the way that Mojo Jojo was a very complex character that was very well expanded upon within the series, a surprising amount so, because a lot of people think of the Powerpuff Girls as just like a cartoony show. Bro, separating Mojo Jojo into two characters, number one, fucks up the flow of the name Mojo and Jojo. Number two, if you were going to make a live action Powerpuff Girls, I'm not saying it has to be a one-to-one copy, but it has to carry over the spirit. The way that they beat this nigga Mojo Jojo ass for being evil is part of the spirit of the show. It's one of the core things of the show that carries over in every iteration. So why in the flying fuck would you try and take that out of the show? Like I was using for the metaphor of how there's a rumor that for Gears of War, the Gears of War collection that's allegedly coming to PlayStation 5, apparently they want to do it without PvP. Like, they don't want to have no online multiplayer besides story co-op. The metaphor I use for that is that's like I ask you to bring me a pizza and you bring me a pizza with bread, sauce, meat, no cheese. Nigga, where's the pizza? I didn't ask for a lactose intolerance pizza. I asked for a pizza. Where's the cheese? That's what this is. This is taking off the cheese. The shit already got no tomato sauce. The bread is fucking still wet, still half cooked. The meat, like, is barely on the pizza. Instead of like 10 pepperonis a slice, it's just the fucking, nigga just chopped the pepperoni off, wrapper and all that still on it, and just threw the bitch on the pizza. The shit's still wet and flapping. That's what this is. That's what this is. That's what we're. Now let me break down why this, because this is not the part I've seen, but let me break down why this is also ass.
Stressed. Wait, is it daylight savings?
Out of all the things to show that she's stressed, instead of showing something where she actually looks stressed, they show that calm ass scene of her going, oh damn, the daylight savings? Shit. Hey, fuck it, we blow, whatever, this, whatever. Like, she had no energy, no emotion in that part right there. Like, what do you mean? Oh, it's daylight savings. Like, somebody who's stressed would be like, ow, fuck, I forgot it's daylight savings and I ain't set my clock back. Like, she had no inflection in her voice that showed that she had any sort of stress. That was a terrible way to convey that she had stress. Oh, it's daylight savings type shit. Nigga, she had zero stress in her body. Then we got this shit. Now, the reason why that's a terrible showing of her rebelliousness is because, like, a better way, in my opinion, to illustrate that she's being rebellious is by showing her breaking a norm that was previously well established, which they did by her saying, I'm not wearing a dress because it's gender normative, blah, 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 blah. But I feel like that's some of that we're trying way too hard to market towards fucking Gen Z and millennials. Like, Gen Z, millennials, this show is for you, this show is for you. It's very adult. Look. She said something about gender and about the sexuality spectrum. Look. It's like, it's cool if you do that. I have no problem with y'all addressing those type of issues and type of topics, because again, like they said, this is aimed at a more adult audience. But that statement right there, that feels like is aimed at some nigga that went to college for liberal arts and think they're a fucking genius. Nigga, you're a dumbass. You went to school for a degree that says I'm indecisive. You went to go get a I'm indecisive degree. You spent $30,000 to tell niggas I spent $30,000 going, Like, bro, I mean, niggas make fun of art degrees, but at least you know what you want to do. You went to college and said, for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Like that's what that feels like. It's not even that idea is bad, because Blossom was always a rebellious person. So it makes sense for her personality to try and push that further and try and expand upon that. But that shit felt like, hey, adults, we're trying to market towards you. Did you notice? Like, yes, nigga, we noticed. Sit down, you little happy ass puppy built bitch.
Drinking.
So what that feels like is they couldn't figure out what the hell they wanted to do with Bubbles, and they just said, what are we gonna do with Bubbles? Oh, I know. She's a drunk. Like, nigga, what? Like, the other two at least made a semblance of sense. Like, Blossom and like fucking Blossom being always stressed because she's the one who was typically put in a position of leadership towards the way that the team was viewed. That, I think they could have found something better or did something better, but that makes sense. Blossom's just growing more and more rebellious as she ages, as she gets older. That makes sense. Even though they did a terrible way of showing it, that makes sense. Bubbles being a drunk, Bubbles seems like she would be one of those pure, innocent type beat human beings that would just be a fucking idiot, a bubblehead, no pun intended. It's like, bro, the problems they picked for the other two fit their personalities. Now, the way they displayed it, again, was ass, but it fit their personalities at least. I feel like they just put random ideas of adult problems in a hat and they just said, this is the one we're giving to Bubbles. She can't put down the Seveka. Fuck it, we ball. That don't make no goddamn sense, but fuck it, we ball. That's ass. Because, like, so not only, oh my fucking god, it gets worse. Not only did you take away one of the most beloved characters out of the goddamn series, on top of taking away one of the most beloved characters in the series, you took away two. The mayor of Townsville is one of the more interesting characters in the whole gosh darn show. Like, period. Oh, that's a bot. Period. I'm about to turn my following notifications. I'm tired of that shit. Where is it? You know what? In the future, I'm gonna just ignore this shit. Anyway, Mayor of Townsville and fucking Mojo Jojo are two interesting and iconic characters within the lore of the Powerpuff Girls. You're telling me that you took the two most interesting characters and you rolled them up into one in a way that'll make them less interesting? How do you make a character that was already one of the cooler characters in the show not cool? What the fuck is next? Y'all gonna make him just not exist? Y'all gonna make a show with no him in it? This shit gets ass. We still got more to trailer to go. This shit looks terrible, dog. I'm not gonna lie. If I was one of them higher ups of the CEO board, yeah, this shit would have got canceled if it was up to me too. Like, I would have got to this part of the trailer and said, cut it the fuck off, bro. I seen enough. Cut it the fuck off. This shit ass. This shit fucking horrible. See, Bubbles being a complete fucking idiot makes sense in the child show because she's like 6 on PC. Makes sense in the child's... my dumbass, why did I respond? Anyway, it makes sense in the child show because she's like 6. She's a grown-ass woman here. I would expect her to have some semblance of common sense if she's been fighting villains with superpowers since she's been, like, invented. As I'm watching this trailer, I just don't feel anything. Like, this shit does not arouse a sense of, like, curiosity, excitement, wonder, none of that. Like, I'm just watching. I'm telling you, if I was one of them board members that was in charge, who's calling me right now, bro? One second, y'all. I'll be right back. I'm saying that like it's somebody other than the bot here. There we go. Problem solved. Anyway. God, this shit ain't coming soon. Thank fucking God. I can't close that shit and drop it in a recycling bin faster. The main thing I want to say about why that trailer is ass, just to drive it through, is in theory, in concept, it's not the worst thing to ever walk the earth, right? The idea of it being a, what you call it? Or how would I say? Of there being a TV show based off of a cartoon, but for a more adult-oriented audience, because the majority of the audience for that specific cartoon are now older, that's not the worst thing in the world. Even with Powerpuff Girls. Because Powerpuff Girls, even when it was like a kid's show, touched on some pretty adult themes. But how the fuck you gonna do another Powerpuff Girls remake with no him in it? And like, I'm a heterosexual male, so I just like the character. Bro, the way that I've seen gay niggas obsess over him is fucking crazy. Like, I would equate it to the way that I, as a little kid, would obsess over something like Tucker and Danny Phantom. Like, it was rare you seen black characters. So for them, it was rare to see gay characters that weren't just like stereotypically gay or some shit. So for you to make a show, an adult version of a show based on a children's TV show that had adult themes for an adult audience with no him, I don't know how the fuck you missed the mark on that. I'm gonna be real. I really don't. Like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. The way they did this show, they basically said, hey, who wants a pizza? And then a pizza they brought out is cheese. Not gonna lie, I'm glad that they didn't pump this shit out, because if they thought that this would have been able to work if they sent it out, GG's nigga, GG's. They would have got fucking cooked, bro. They would have got fucking cooked if they spent money and budget on getting something like that produced. But with that being said, let me sit my ass down and try out that. That was just awful to watch, bro. Like, I'm surprised they even got the budget to put that trailer together, not gonna lie to you. Cause like, even in the script, the way that the script is written, that it seems like that would have been tough to read. Like, I feel like if I would have read that script, I would have been sitting there like, like my stomach would have been grumbling. I would have been ready to throw up as soon as I read the first sentence. WB, you get a W for not releasing that shit. But for whoever made that shit, you get a big. You spent up that company money paying all these people to be in this trailer for that bullshit. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. But let me change the category and restart stream. Game. Mm-hmm.